Hey Mamis, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lina Twine. I run the blog for Mami. And if you're new to this channel, welcome. We like new people here. Come through. We talk all things natural hair, the how-tos, the whys, the when, where's, how muches, everything. We discuss it and we get it out of the way. Today I want to talk about something that has been on my heart for a while. Right now is as good a time as any to discuss and leave things, off the table. But I have a few bones to pick with my nation. Okay, that seems dramatic. But anyway, today I'm going to talk about why the natural hair movement in Uganda was not supposed to be a movement. And yeah, we're going to get into that and the reasons why in this video. So come through, let's talk. Now, when I was starting my natural hair journey, the thing that I used as my yardstick for figuring out how to deal with my hair and how to deal with natural hair and transitioning hair and all that was through social media and through things like Pinterest mostly, which is heavily populated by like the American point of view. These guys are talking about starting like the whole movement and how people are going natural on a bigger scale than ever, and it was so intriguing for me, and for me that was about the first time that I paid attention to people being loud and proud with their natural hair, and I was like, okay, maybe this isn't for me. And when I say this, I mean the relaxed life, because y'all, I was hooked to the creamy crack. I was a crackhead, literally. And that day, I remember it was in October 2016, I came back to my uni hostel with a fresh head of retouched hair, and I was just disgusted. Like, it smelled, it looked so limp, so dead. Like, yes, I know hair is dead, they're dead cells, but they shouldn't look deader than dead. Like, this looked zombie dead, this looked sleepy, like it had no life, there was nothing. And I was just like, is this all that I get? Is this all that I have to deal with? Like, yes, I know I'm relaxing for the sake of making it more manageable, but like, what? And then what? And yeah, like the good friend Google is always there, listening to your thoughts, your conversations, bringing you, suggesting to you some things that you might like to hear. And that's when I came across this whole conversation about natural hair, but in the US perspective. And for them it's a whole nother ball game, because they are dealing with the generational adverse effects of slavery, whereby they were treated, especially like black women, were treated so horribly. They tried everything to suppress their femininity. They made sure that their hair was looked at as something ugly, something that was an inconvenience. It had to be that some of them had their hair forcefully cut off. Their hair had to be tamed, so to speak. And you can get that is a whole other ball game, and that affects them in such a big way that I cannot even start to fathom for myself. But I mean, that was, I think, the context of that I could kind of relate with, simply because, okay, even us in our history, we weren't always so suppressant on natural hair. Yes, we are a British colony, shut up, what. And I don't know how directly that contributed, it might have, but like they have the whole prim and proper thing about them, as well as the way kids are expected to present themselves in a school setting. That brings me to my real issue that I'm here to talk about, which is schools and how they contribute to women looking at their hair as a problem. When we're in school, right, they always say to us, you're here, we're trying to prepare you for the real world, we're trying to, show you how, you're supposed to deal, and the things that we're teaching you, I'm yet to have used Pythagoras theorem in real life, but that's a conversation for another day. Anyway, so they're like, oh, we're trying to teach you how to be in real life. And then on the side, they go and be like, no, girls can't keep their hair because it's going to be a distraction from class. What? Because it's shabby, they're going to be shabby, they won't know how to take care of their hair. As in, when should they learn? Like, we are in school for a big part of our youth. For like the first 18 or so years, we are in school, and like really stricter schools. Like, I'm not talking about uni here, but primary school, A level, O level, we are going through all this, and in those major places where people are learning about everything, learning about how to socialize, learning about Kinjectire and his peeps, going through their first girl drama, going, falling in love for the first time, and then you tell them that, no, hair is something you don't need to worry about, cut it all off short. There's a misconnect. I don't know. I don't think, call me crazy, but I don't see the two correlating. Like, how are you preparing girls for the real world and not letting them learn about time management, learn about, like, when it comes to taking care of hair, learn about, presenting themselves in a neat, proper way. So yeah, like, teaching girls that their hair is unmanageable, shabby, unladylike intrinsically. You cannot do that for 10, 20 years and then come out and criticize women for relying on wigs and weaves, and most people live the life of protective style after protective style. Here's the thing, if we're to get biblical about it, hair can be seen as a woman's glory. It's our crown. I'm a princess, I know that's good. Tell me otherwise, I dare you. But yeah, it needs to be treated as such. It's not just that, oh, you are not blessed with a straight hair, so too bad, your hair now cannot qualify for, the good hair crew. It's a lie. We don't need to continue the cycle. Hair is that one thing that is just like an identifier for women. It's one of those things that is just like a pure natural expression of our femininity. You're not going to, have me shave my head with a fade, and then have me, wearing the exact same things as the guys in my school, and then have me grow up with that intrinsic nature of, there is a difference between us. That androgyny, I'm sorry, I'm not with it. Let girls be girls, there was this moment that I remember some time back, when I was the Miss Uganda at the time, and she had gone on to be Miss Africa at the Miss World, that is Queen Abenacho. There's a moment when she came back into the country, and everyone is celebrating her win and everything, and she is invited to the State House, and the president made a comment with this thing of, oh, why do you always have to wear that weave? Do your natural hair, like, made like such a point about natural hair. And her being the wise chick that she is, she showed up with her, her natural puff. She was glowing and showing, but I couldn't help but kind of laugh, because, like, you're not going to tell women that, oh, you are ignoring your natural beauty, but then in the schools where they grow up, they are being forced to shave their heads. You can't tell me that those two are not correlated. If someone has not grown up with their hair on their head, and they first get the taste of, oh my god, this is my natural hair, how will I comb it? And then it solidifies it for her, like, okay, this is why they used to cut off our hair in school. Let me go sit in a salon chair and have them make it not be how it is. So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say schools need to let girls grow their hair long. Natural hair is a little time consuming, yes, but it's time consuming when you are learning it. It's a bit of a learning curve. But when you know how to take care of your hair, if anything, you learn how to manage your time. Like, you know how girls, we have this wash day. We are not stressing ourselves with our hair every single day of the week. No. Saturday, Sunday comes around, we, put on a nice tune, a nice soundtrack, get all our products together, and head to the bathroom, wash our hair, take care of it, style it, prepare for the week ahead. I'm talking about like the naturalistas who do it themselves. Others, they get a time when they have, a time space, and they go to the salon and they take care of their hair. Like, it's not something that is going to be like, oh my god, I'm stressing over my hair every single morning, or this and this and this. It's a lie. I don't know why they came to that conclusion, but yeah. So in all that, I'd like to just give kudos to schools like Gayaza and other private schools that allow girls to be girls, allowed them to have a space to explore themselves, to explore their hair, and how to take care of themselves. Because here's the thing, it's not a trade-off between education and beauty. A girl can be both. You can be both smart and hella fine. So like for me, in my experience, I grew up, but in primary school I was lucky. I went to schools that did not really care about whether I had my hair in or not. And okay, the first school didn't care. Girls braided their hair, girls had kept their hair in, and I started growing my hair from that place. And I left there in halfway through and finished at another school. But now the other school that I went to, it was a must. Everyone had to cut off their hair. Now here's the thing, in my class at the time, we were only 2 girls with natural hair, and I was among them. The other girl was a half Indian girl. Anyway, we were the only 2, and for me, I don't know what kind of conversation my mother had behind the scenes when I was joining, but it was kind of a thing of, why would I cut my hair off? Like, I have my hair, I'm here to learn. Can't I learn? And yeah, I finished all the way to the end of primary school with my hair long, and that was not a problem for me. Then I went to O-level, and I went to a school that was very traditional and very, please cut off your hair or leave, we don't want to know. And it's so surprising how I managed to go through it for all the 4 years, but I did. And it was so crazy to me, like, what's stopping a girl from keeping her hair and burning the books? Like, they used to do this really, really sinister thing whereby at the beginning of the term you come, your hair has to look like your cheeks. Then you go through the term and you're there, you're enjoying life, you're chilling with your friends, and through that whole time people were like, it's intrinsic in a woman's nature, like people were just keeping their hair, they were combing it cute, they're like, oh my god, look at it, it has grown an inch, and you'd be so excited. And then end of term comes. End of term, you're excited, oh, I'm going to be going home, oh, it's going to be holidays, we're going to be hanging out with our friends, oh, there's this guy I've been writing mail to, maybe we can meet up, So girls are like, oh, preparing, they're like, oh, when I get home, I'm going to plait my hair. People, hairstylists who are blessed, they have that good grip. You will give them an eyebrow and they will give you a full. But no, not these guys. Do you know what they did to us? You couldn't go for end of term exams with long hair. They wanted it to be as clear as your cheek. That's just evil to me. Like, what? You expect me to put answers in my afro? I mean, yes, they can be kept there, but it wasn't even considered an afro. Like, it was baby hair. This was the teeny weeniest of the teeny weeny afros. Like, but yeah. And then when I got to A level, it was more of a free environment, and yes, I got to grow my hair, but the fact that I did not know how to take care of my hair, that brought problems for me. Like, I took out my braids in the middle of the term, like coming to the end of the term sometime, and I had like my teeny weeny afro, and I didn't know what to do. I just washed it and it shrunk until I looked, and I was just like, wow, okay, cool. And so later on during that holiday, I went and got like my first S-curl, and then continued doing that until my hair was fully relaxed. And yeah, that's where my relaxing journey started, when I had the moment to actually explore what my natural hair was. I didn't have anyone telling me that, oh, actually it's an option. Who knew that the hair that goes out of your head as it goes out of your head is an option? You know, it's crazy. But yeah, and then uni is when, we come back to the beginning. So what then? What do we do? How do we go forward from here? Because me, little me, Fosi, Mami, me, I do not have the power to go to like, those strong traditional schools, those schools that everyone wants to get into, and be like, you should start letting girls blah 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 blah. They're gonna be like, who are you? What do you, leave, girl, bye. And I do not want to just let the self-hate grow from here, because like someone might say, oh, it's just hair, but it's never just that. It goes way deeper. Like, as I said, like, hair is a crown. Hair is the glory of a woman. Hair is an expression of our femininity. So it shouldn't be something that you should just ignore. One of my fight the self-hate tactics that I might suggest is fight with your pocket. I am a big advocate for fighting with the money. If anyone has ever had a conversation with me about anything and about dismantling any systematic, problematic, setup, it's all about the money, okay? I would not take my child somewhere where they want natural hair to be cut off or disregarded, or it's a by the way. Please, there are very many schools where kids perform very well, where kids are, nurtured in a healthy way, and they're let to grow their hair. I would take my kid there. I would rather take my kid to a place where majority of people like to relax their hair. I would rather that than someone to tell my child not to have her hair at all. No. Not for me. Miss me with that. Another thing is, maybe if your child is already in a school that wants or is enforcing the cutting the hair off thing, take advantage of PTA meetings. Bring it up, Your voice can be heard. Yes, there are some places where you bring it up and they just refuse blatantly, like the school I was in, they brought it up multiple times. However, I will bring back scripture here as a tactic for attack. There was a parable that Jesus talked about in Luke. See, there was this judge who was an unjust judge who did not care about what was going on. He was self-serving and all that. And there was this poor woman who was trying to get her case heard, and the guy was just like, bye. And she didn't take no for an answer. She kept going back and going back and going back. She was persistent. And this guy, this judge, he handled her case. And it was not because he felt compassion over her situation. It was because she was persistent. He literally said, yo, let me handle her case so she can stop coming back to me. And I'm going to need y'all to be as persistent as that woman, because she said, yo, you will hear me whether you want to hear me or not, you know? And that's the kind of energy we need to come through with, because yes, it may be too late for us who are already damaged and all that, but we don't need to continue the cycle of damage to our kids. Thanks, guy, thanks. The third thing I can suggest, if you cannot change the environment your child is in, then I would suggest to lead by example, you know? Yes, your child might choose and say, I want to go to Namagunga, Nabisunsa, Nabingo. And here I am specifically talking to the moms, to the aunties, to the guardians. Just lead by example. Love your hair. Love your natural hair. Love your hair as it grows out of your head. If they see you taking care of your hair, yes, even if it's relaxed hair, even if it's what, like, can they see you nurturing your hair, growing it, taking care of it, you know, having a day where you, like a self-care day where you are pampering yourself as well as, you know, your hair, and then you start Monday morning off looking like a flower, you know, your child will look and be like, oh, so that's how it's done, that's how I am supposed to take care of myself, you know. By the time they hit uni, maybe I can be like, oh wait, I saw how my mom was doing this, I saw how my auntie was, you know, handling the thing, so I'm going to do it as well. That's my piece. That's what I wanted to say. That's what I had to get off my chest about hair and our children, and how to stop the cycle of people hating their hair as it naturally is, people not knowing what to do with their hair, because that's the biggest thing. It's the lack of knowledge. You don't treat natural hair the way you treat other kinds of hair, and that distinction is something that is a learning curve. You should learn about it. And I feel like if we take a moment to think about the people who are coming after us, I don't want my kids to come to a, you know, a self realization 20, 21, 23 years later into their lives, you know? Like, if you want to explore, if you want to cut off your hair because you saw a cool style, dude, whatever. But I need you to know how to love on yourself and how to love on what comes out of you naturally. Then later, yeah, your choices that you make, they're your choices. You can explore, you can, you know, be who you want to be. You can relax, you can dye, you can, no, not like dye, like dye the color of your hair. You can do whatever you want, but I need you to have that foundation of, this is who I am, and this is what makes me me, and this is what makes me special, because you are special, you're amazing, you're beautiful, and all those lies that had been told to you are just that. They are lies. Let no one tell you that as you are, or let's say your skin color or the texture of your hair is something that is supposed to make you less than. No, it's not. Okay. So I talked about doing the Mommy of the Week again, and I'm still trying to figure out how that should be. But I want to start give a special tribute to fellow naturalista Fiona Kemi. She just hit 1K subscribers on YouTube, which is like an exciting thing. You guys should check out her YouTube. I'll put her links in the description box, as well as her Instagram. She has a lot of giveaways for you naturalistas. You want to get some good products and good things, you can head over there and check that out as well. But yeah, she, as you can see, she is a beautiful girl. She has her long natural hair and she takes care of it. She featured as Mommy of the Week sometime on the written blog, but I had to bring it back because just a little congrats, just a little congratulations. Otherwise, bye.